So this was the question, like how you can do a floating widget, and when you just kill an enemy, some numbers pop up, and of course you can make the widget in the enemy because it will disappear when you destroy the enemy. So let's make a quick example of that. Um, First of all, you just create the enemy. In my case, it's going to be, like just like an empty actor with this mess and this box. So when I just uh, overlap with that box, it's going to kill the actor like that. Let's kill the actor, destroy, and that should kill the actor for now. Let's spawn it. For example, I don't know, here, like we can have a couple of enemies. So right now that's just as simple as when you walk to them, they disappear, they just get destroyed. So that's the first step. Now we need to make the widget. So I'm going to make a new widget, widget blueprint, reward, which is going to be the floating widget. I'm going to make something really simple to make it quick. Something like text. Going to put something like that. And let's play a little bit with the size, which will be nice to see. Scale box like that. I'm just going to put something like 100 by 50. Let's center it, if I'm correct, like that, like that. Okay, so now we have a very quick, easy widget. Of course, you can just make some variables and that to change the value, but to show the workflow that should be enough. So this is the widget. Now I need an actor to spawn the widget in the world. Like something like that, like a reward actor. When that enemy dies, we're going to create this actor that has inside this widget. So when this is destroyed, this will be still on the map. Okay, let's add a widget component, as simple as that. And in the widget, look for where is the widget thing, for the widget class. Okay, so right now you can just put the widget reward. I will create the widget like that in the world. You know, you can make other things. You can just create a widget by code and then put it here. You can do something like create widget. You can create your reward, and then in the widget you can do set widget. So you can just do that, and that will be the same as doing just exactly this that we do it here. It's the same because if you need to pass some parameters on creation, like for example, if you have here some variable like the amount of experience that you are going to get, and it's exposed, um, because you then are going to put them here. Set text, and it's going to be something like that. Okay, so the experience that number will be on the text. Like put for example 100. We put another number before later. Okay, so that will be the experience. Now, if there were actor, if we refresh the node, we'll see that the experience appears. So we can do something like that, or as I was saying, if it's a fixed number, you can just go with it. Okay, so that would be the thing. I go to create a new variable to this actor2, and I'm going to instance table and spawn so I can just edit. And that's pretty much it. Now we have to make it work, like put it in the oven, and that's it. That will be the word actor with his widget, and when we kill, I mean when we overlap with the box, with that box, and we kill the actor. Let's do first a spawn actor from class. What actor? The reward actor, which contains the widget. It will be something like that. Reward actor. In which position? Well, that's pretty easy. You just have to get actor location, and that will create the actor. For more fuzziness, let's add a random integer, like it's going to be a random number between 50 and 100, and I think that's it. Okay, let's try. So those are my actors. When I spot, okay, we might have to change the location, but that's working already. I think it's pretty easy. That's simple. To avoid that kind of stuff or behavior, you can just change the location or shit, or you can do something easier. That widget is in the center of the actor. We're going to spawn it at the feet of the character, so we can just go and raise that thing. So it won't be in the floor; it will be up there, because it's a relative location. That will be something more useful, and also you can just try to avoid that behavior. Like you don't want to see them just by one side. You can just make the widget, instead of being in the world, you can make them to be on camera. Here in the space, you can just change it for screen. That will make it disappear from the preview because there is no screen, there is just world. But that will generate something like that. When you just press it, it will be in a point of the world, but it will be attached to the screen. So whenever you look at it, it will be there. So it doesn't matter if there is something between you and the widget, you will always be able to see it. That's another way to do it. Animation. Okay, so how do you animate that thing? You can use the transform as the guy in the Reddit asked. You can just do something like a timeline and timeline. You can do something like that, like create a timeline when it starts, and you move the whole actor. Like location. No, a location is just for pawns. Set actor location, something like that, and you just add some value here. Like for example, let's do a 2 seconds transform animation. I create a new track of float. Let's add some keys, like I want to add, I really don't care. Let's 2 seconds is going to be 1, something like that, from 0 0 to 2 seconds 1 value, and then you can just whatsoever. It doesn't matter what track are you putting, because I'm going to put a fixed value location, something like that, and get up vector. If we multiply the up vector for a number, let's say I don't know, maybe 10, and then we add it to the current location, we should see the whole actor floating up. We put it in begin play. Okay, so it will be something as simple as that. We just walk towards it and pop. Well, maybe 10 was too much, but that will be one way to do it, to move the whole actor. If you want to move the whole actor, if you want to do another thing, let's got it. You can do a widget animation. You can just go here and make whatever you need, like create an animation. Let's dock it in the layout, and you can do pretty much the same. Yes, for example, pick the I don't need the text. I can just pick the whole widget, or not. This, okay, the whole widget, and I can just move his transform, of the widget, not just the whole actor, but just the widget. And I can do something like that, maybe 2 seconds too, and let's move the position, like for example, like that. Okay, let's click it, and there will be some simple animation that does that. We can add some fade too. or whatsoever. That's render opacity 1, and then we can just, below that point you can just turn it to 0, and will be something like that, which is kind of the thing. And to play that animation, we can just drop it in the construct, which is the begin play, and then let's test it. It will be something, the same. We are now playing the animation. Maybe it's still too much. Let's make it the widget smaller. I mean, this is 100 by 50 the scale, but in the widget we have here, let's put it in the word so you can see what I'm talking about. That thing is huge. I mean, if I spawn a cube here, it's really humongous. So let's make it smaller by touching this. This is the draw size. This is the resolution. If you lower this, it will be smaller and uglier. You'll see more of the dots. Let me show you. 50/50. You see that it's blur. It's the quality go nuts. Okay, so let's not touch this. Instead, you can just go to use the scale of the widget, something like that, and you can just have a big resolution. If you need something to be really high quality, you can just press 2K, and for 2K it will be, you see there's no teeth, no sharp edges. There is just good resolution, but you can just scale with the scale. That's what is it for. So something like that. Let's see. So now will be something more adequate, I think. Oops, where it is? I just leave it in Word. Sorry. Let's put it again in the screen, because otherwise I only see it from one side. Whoops, too big. Okay. Yeah, shit, forgot. What I just told you, it's if you put it in Word, okay? If you put it in screen, it's going to use always the draw size. So if you are going to use draw size, just so if you're going to use a screen, just use draw size like that. It won't affect the resolution, okay? My mistaken. Okay, so here we go. That will be our widget. And that's it. If you have any questions, just let me know.